Excuse me. Sorry about that. Good morning, everybody. Welcome back. Welcome back. Another day, another time. Today is Friday, and it's good. Thank God it's Friday. At least all the stress of a week, we can put it to at one side, knowing that tomorrow is a time for you to rest and relax, and except for those who have to go to work tomorrow, anyways. But it is what it is. A lot of stuff happening all around the world. I'm bringing you this news here. Covering events happening in Nigeria and also globally. And it's been quite an interesting week. We've seen what happened. One of the highlights of the week was the Obedient movement, how the old party or the old movement, because it's not a political party yet, has imploded because one of their directors resigned and laid it all bare. They came out swinging, telling his own truth, and the Obedient was not having it. So there was mixed feelings. Okay, another win to the APC group, who they've always tried as much as they can, to shame the Obedient movement, telling them they don't know what they're doing. But that's that about that. A lot of stuff has been happening. We saw the clash with WIKE, and WIKE came out to respond. So I'm gonna start with that. Okay, let's hear his own side of the story. Unfortunately, due to the rules that the military, work with and abide by, they wouldn't come out to make any statement. That's what it is. So we can only infer and make our own decision with respect to what happened with WIKE and that young military man. Let's start with that first. So he's coming out to say, respect, regard, respect. Okay.
And I know what it takes. Even as a governor, nobody no governor will say that they supported the military that more than me. So I know. But how do you see a private individual knowing fully well that you are against the law It is not military versus government, no. If it was military, I would have written to them that, look, military, why are you doing this? This is a private individual. Respect begets respect.
Yeah, that was the first thing that I said when I saw this whole stuff. Like, is this property owned by the Nigerian military? First, apparently, the guy in the midst of all of this controversy was a former, I think, chief of the naval officer or the naval command, whatever they call themselves. So this guy, because he's an Arab guy, think that he can do whatever he thinks he can do. Even if WIKE was wrong, let's even assume that the state is wrong, that the Federal Capital Territory is wrong, that WIKE's position is wrong. As an individual, as a former naval officer, knowing the law, knowing that we're no longer in a in a military government, the right step for you to do is to go to the court of law and plead your case. And I'm so particularly upset with the way people were kind of cheering this military officer on. Again, you don't need to be a fan of WIKE. And these are the same people that wants to tell us about new Nigeria, new government, new everything. But when they get to a position where some things that they do is wrong, but they have this virtue signaling thinking that they're right. That's what I don't understand. This guy clearly was a private citizen, even though he was a former naval officer or now chief of naval staff or whatever they call him. For you to have actually requested for a soldier to go block lawful officers of the state is despicable.
I have to respect them. And I've told them, sir, don't worry. I will sort out the problem. And I will do. I won't even talk about other people who are highly placed. They will come to you. Mr. Minister, maybe we didn't know of this. If we knew, we would have done it like this. When a serving Major General attacked the development control, I wrote a letter. The President Chief of Defense Staff was Chief of Army Staff then. I wrote a letter, sir. See. Because that is a serving military officer. That if anything goes wrong, he's still under the authority, under the control of the military. What was the problem? How can I see it as a minister? Government officials are being attacked. Government officials are being beaten up. Government officials to the level of directorship. Then I'm sitting in my office doing what?
Whatever, I don't know, like, this is the problem. This is the problem. The problem is that most people are hypocrites. Because you have a personal vendetta against the government of the day, against Tinubu, against WIKE. You're right. It's within your right to not be a fan of the government of the day. It's within your right. You don't even need to carry waters for them. You need to call them out. That's the job of the opposition. It's just that we don't have opposition in Nigeria today as we speak because they are all losers. They don't even know how to form a coherent opposition, a strong opposition to take on the government of the day. And the government of the day is running away with whatever it wants to run away with. That's how myopic these oppositions are. So because I don't like WIKE, you have someone who possibly, allegedly, might have even contributed to the problem that Nigeria is facing today. But because you don't like this guy, the guy moving with impunity becomes the one you're cheering on. Then let's forget about this so-called New Nigerian project or something. It's crazy. And that's the way they run the show. So now you have a minister that talks anyhow, which is WIKE, that at times behaves like a thug, and now is a problem. You don't need to like him. I don't personally have any likeness for him, but what is wrong is wrong.
How will such officials carry out their functions again when they know their principal or their boss cannot protect them? Not as private individuals, as government officials. So many people have had problems. Chief Olusegun Obasanjo, former general, former head of state, former president, he will call me on phone. Minister, NWOKO, there is problem of land here. Please, can you? I will solve the problem.
So again, another thing I want to add to this whole issue of problem of land here and there, blah, 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 is this. Nigeria, again, there is a need to look into land ownership in this country. It's a pain. I would not. I have friends calling me, oh, come and buy land, come and buy this and that. I've bought land, I've been beaten. It's a big problem. Whatever Land Reform Act, or they call it Land Tenure Act, that is in place in Nigeria today is a disaster. It's a disaster. And again, the common man also falls a huge victim to this. Why do I need to be calling the FCT minister when I have a problem with a piece of property? Why is it that we don't have a well-refined system that helps the common man, keeps the common man from fraudulent stuff? I'm just saying. So now, if I have a problem, if I've bought a piece of land, I have a problem, I cannot call you because I don't have access to you. Why is it that Obasanjo has to call you? This minister stuff has to call you. You have to be right there because the whole system is a sham. Now, there's a video trending. There was
that is former head of state, former elected president. We have the courtesy of calling the minister. Look, I have this problem. See how you can look into it. Janati Wadanjuma would call you. Look, there is this and this. These are people who, they're all retired generals.
Okay.
These are people with constant discipline. They didn't bother because they were former chief of army staff. They were former president. They never sent soldiers. They never sent anybody to go and attack anybody. They just call you. And respect the guys, respect. Have to respect them. And I'll tell them, sir, don't worry. I will sort out the problem. And I will do. I won't even talk about other people who are highly placed. They will come to you. Mr. Minister, maybe we didn't know of this. If we knew, we would have done it like this. When a serving Major General attacked the development control, I wrote a letter.
No, it's repeating itself here.
The President Chief of Defense Staff was Chief of Army Staff then. I wrote a letter, sir. Because that is a serving military officer. That if anything goes wrong, he's still under the authority, under the control.
Yep.
Of the military. When I came on board, before them, President Jonathan had awarded a contract to develop another city, which was close to the military, but awarded a contract, not me. A Federal Council presided over by the CNC awarded the job. The contractor went there, he was just away. I wrote a letter. We met. The late Chief of Army Staff, Alabangi, was there. The former chief of defense staff was there. These same ministers of defense, they were all there. We all met. I said, look, it is not good, this government and government. I mean, it's not, let's see how we can resolve this matter.
Fair enough.
I never one day, I respect the institutions. And I know what it takes. Even as a governor, nobody, no governor will say that they supported the military that more than me. So I know. But how do you see a private individual knowing fully well that you are against the law? It is not military versus government, no. If it was military, I would have written to them that, look, military, why are you doing this? This is a private individual. Land was not allocated to him. Land was allocated to a company called Santos.
Wow.
In 2007 for parks and recreation. They applied to the former minister for change of use. The minister refused. The man went, started selling land. Maybe the former chief of staff fell into their scam, sold. This government property.
Anyways, it is what it is. I mean, I don't know how citizens find it really, really interesting to take sides when you know, apparently, that the person in question ultimately was the one, I would say, allegedly at fault. Allegedly at fault. How do you, like, these people move with so much impunity, they beat up civilians. There's been different cases where military officers will just beat up civilians for no apparent reason, just a slight provocation. And what we do with it is we make jokes out of it. There's been so many comedians will tell you if a police slaps you, is this, but if an army slaps you, it's something that we've come to take as part of our life. If an army slaps you, it shouldn't be a joke at a comedian night show. It should be something that should be classified as an assault. But because it is what it is, it's the country, right? Anything goes. We even make jokes out of it. Now, this incident now has become a viral meme, and you have all this content creator making so many crazy jokes out of it. Crazy jokes out of it. And that's what's up, bro. That's what's up. Like, we take a problem in the country and we try to make light of it. Try to kind of put this funny, losing virtue signaling just because we don't like the guy in the arena.
If government officials came to say, look, what are you doing here now? This is not, government has sat under the ministerial committee and taken back every land under parks and even under secretariat, because we felt that there are a lot of delays, suits, litigations. We said, no, we won't continue with that. You send this to start beating government officials. Not private, but government officials, beating them. Senior government officials, you were beaten. You couldn't even say, okay, let me get to the minister. See how he can help us, No, not to like that.
And I think we should even stop that. We should stop that. We should stop that. Do what is right. And again, it is what it is.
Simply because you had a relationship with the military. And government cannot enforce laws because you are attached or you had a relationship with a particular institution. Or you come from a particular place. Who does that?
Anyway, it is what it is.
Who does such?
It is what it is. Nigerians are not taking it easy. The problem with Nigerians is that they just make it like it's not a problem. I mean, that's who we are, right? As a people, look at this.
Let me go.
Do you know who we're talking to?
Let me
Do
go.
you know who we're talking to?
Let me go.
What? I was born.
You cannot tell me what to do.
Let me call. Speak to him. Speak to him now.
Hello, sir. Yes, sir. I'm only trying to do my job. These people here have said they've been harassed several times.
Let me give you doggy.
Are you mad?
What the hell? What's he talking about?
Don't let me use my powers on you. Sir, you can't tell me to shut up.
I know what's the problem. You need a hot doggy. Come.
I don't need, sir. Please, stay on your lane. I'm here doing my job.
You're telling me. Do you know when about me? I'm not your mate.
Thank you, sir. I know.
Jesus. Maybe I beg with the expensive plate. Maybe just shut up.
Let me go.
Can you imagine that? So that's what people have turned this into, and it's quite hilarious, right? It's quite hilarious. So apparently, I think they've been able to let WIKE take off his trucks. So now these are the trucks. These are WIKE stuff that are with. Sorry, that was too loud. Let me see this. Okay, so this is the full stuff. So this is the full video.
Show me the document you have. You have no document. Bring the document. Excuse me.
This guy shouldn't have been responding to him. I still maintain that.
Excuse me. I'm the minister. You cannot tell me. You cannot tell me that. We cannot continue to act in this impunity. Where's approval even to give? You cannot continue this way. This country cannot continue along this line. I can that man at his level. Even if he has a problem, he cannot reach me and say, look, I'm sorry. See what I have. You will send soldiers to intimidate who? We are all from this country. And this is government. You cannot be higher than any government. You cannot be carrying gun to intimidate people to not to do their work. Let me tell you, if God got a chief on first staff who spoke to me now, he could have killed everybody here. No problem. I'm not one of those that they can intimidate. I do my job. That's what you think.
The civilian, the engineer mobilized to site, and then staff or workers of FCDA look at to intimidate them.
No, listen now. That's the problem then.
As I was saying, the area gets
So you cannot do for that against government.
because the papers are complete and he said some.
Are you the one? Listen, you know the problem you have. Are you the one that will say?
This guy shouldn't have even engaged. You just stand there because you are working on their orders and just leave it at that.
Show me that you are. First of all, show me that government gave you this place. Two, show me that you have an approval to build what you are building. It has nothing to do with I'm a vice admiral, I'm a lieutenant general. That is not it. We must work according to law. We must work according to law.
Yes.
For you.
No, you don't tell like this. Don't tell like this.
Why is the guy moving back? Why is he running now? Why are you running? Wow. Wow. Just wow.
If the vice admiral has a problem, so what I'm why I came was this intimidation. Okay, sir. Okay, but the point I'm making is that we can't continue to above ignorant person. You cannot continue to vote illegal. You are not the one to say we have documents. You are not the one.
Exactly. Like, like a guy should have just stood there. Okay, fine. I was posted here. I have to work. I have to obey orders and all that. But this back and forth with the FCT minister was uncalled for. Just stand there. Don't move because you're not allowed to move because you're acting based on an higher up authority. But you're trying to tell the minister that you have papers, you have this, you have that, you're speaking. You don't even know anything possibly about the history of what you're trying to protect. I don't know, bro. I don't know. The whole thing is just messed up. The whole thing is just messed up, including, you know, the people in charge too.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
I'm an offside, take to order.
So what? You had a who than me.
I'm an offside, take to order.
That you take you
You don't even need to tell him it takes to order. It's just like, I'm there. This is the, like, again, there are different schools of thought with respect to obeying and not obeying a bad order. But at this point in time, it's difficult for this young man, this young soldier, to tell if it's a good or a bad order. The order was not that you should shoot on sight. The order was just like, stand your ground. You should have just stood his ground there. And then like, I work based on order, call my superiors. Simple.
Okay. You can never develop this property. I will not allow it. You have not. If you want to kill everybody, kill everybody. You cannot.
We will not kill anybody.
You put yourself in trouble.
My
friend, you see
Then what the hell was he saying? I'm your senior. Like, there is nothing that says that the military is the senior of a civilian. From the head of the military to the last person, they are all in a democracy subject. Okay, and there are rules, there are statutes and all of that. And I'm not meaning literally, but for a soldier to say that his seniors is this and that, they have two different reporting lines. They all report to the presidency. Okay, and there's no hierarchy of this or against another. The only time when they are that they're the senior of everybody is when there's a coup and we're under a military government. And we've been under that. And we know what happened to Nigeria. We know what they did to our people. We know how they killed and maimed other people. These people that are cheering these military officers saying he's a senior. Senior to who? Please, excuse me. Like, how do you tell me that he's telling this police that he's a senior to them? They serve two different purposes. The trainings are different, and there's a reason for that. Oh my God. Dumb people everywhere.
Because what you're doing now, because you're outside, you go and carry somebody's land. Because you're officer. Nobody does that. The man took land, we will not allow going to the chief of the and then you need to carry land.
Sir, everything was applied legal. And sir, you get it.
Will you stop that?
Sir, I'm an officer, I have integrity.
Shut up, you're not good officer.
I'm not shut up.
Will you get out?
Sir, I won't shut up. Sir,
I was saying you're going to see you. Will you get tired? If you're a big fool,
I'm not a fool. I'm not a fool,
you can
sir.
shoot anybody like that.
Sir, I'm not a fool. I am not a fool, sir.
As at the time I graduated, you're a primary school.
I'm acting on order.
Well, WIKE's graduation has nothing to do with this. In fact, it could be somebody that is born yesterday. I'm just saying, literally, metaphorically speaking. That doesn't mean that, like, you going to school has nothing to do with whatever is happening right now. I understand that the FCT minister is pissed off because one guy is maybe is even having lunch or is even in a party with one, whatever. You know what I'm talking about. And they're sending this young guy. That's how they send them out. Okay? And the guy maybe is sipping his coffee or his tea or is even in a bar.
You see what else you done this year?
Sir, you can't come in for
You have to put up your
I'm not a fool, sir.
You would have killed everybody here.
No, we are not killing anybody. We won't kill anybody. We are acting on order.
So again, I mean, that's it. This is the viral meme, but again, it is what it is. That's the full stuff of what happened. Let me know what you guys think. It's just crazy. I'm gonna move on. Yeah, this is what it is. Okay, the opposition party is still in disarray. Okay, with dogs on X trying to crucify Mo, right? That's his name. As if that's not enough, there's another person defecting from the PDP today. And of course, when they dump PDP, they are going not to Labour Party, but to
that happened.
APC.
But I also saw that the place that are going,
Order, please. Order, please. Order.
Later there will be serious
House is called to
surplus.
order, please.
and I saw in that
This guy said he saw in a dream a big elephant. I don't know. You are defecting. Don't confuse everybody. We know you are leaving the PDP to APC. Hello. Don't confuse people, okay? You saw a dream. You didn't see a dream. Guy, you've concocted this thing. You've worked it out.
dream, a big elephant that was coming into town. I asked, what is this elephant about?
My God.
They say it may end up being the only political party that will save all of us from what is going to happen. Mr. Speaker, I'm consulting. I'm going to consult you very soon.
What?
Because the way the umbrella is today
What the
is
hell?
very frightening, Mr. Speaker. It's very frightening, Mr. Speaker.
This is the set of unserious people that we have making decisions in this our country. Just set of unserious people.
Is that
a petition you are presenting or what?
Mr. Speaker,
I recognize you to present a petition, please. Stick to the subject matter.
Okay, but let me finish. Okay. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
He's not speaking from his own
My
seat.
name is Ikenga
He should go back to
Imo
his seat, Mr. Speaker.
I represent...
Point of order. He should go back to his
These are the waste time. And the whole country is burning.
seat.
Mr. Speaker, the mic
Let
is
him,
not working.
he's telling himself. Put up your mic, please.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. My name is Ikenga Imo Ugochinyere.
Order, please. Order.
I represent the good people of Idaho North and South Federal Constituency. I'm from Imo State. Mr. Speaker, I have two petitions today. One is petition from the Fellowship of Christian Councils and Churches in West Africa, FESIWA. The fellowship is asking this great house the intervention of this chamber in addressing the injustice being perpetrated by an organized operation called Operation Renasso, allegedly targeted at figures in Nigeria.
Please kindly take your seats.
Okay,
Please, the house is in session. Please.
Allegedly targeted at figures.
Okay, I'm gonna move on here. It's getting
Speaker, according to FESIWA information, in response, according to FESIWA information,
Okay, I'm gonna
this
move on.
operation.
I want to get to the part where he said
I have two, sir.
he was gonna move.
Go ahead.
Thank you, sir. This petition is from Umada Igbo, Mr. Speaker.
Okay, I'm gonna move on.
Ian Zazo, my distinguished colleagues. It's not as if, Mr. Speaker, if you allow me, I will go ahead.
Okay, so the whole thing was that he just hinted at leaving PDP. So there's no hint there for him to have come to the house to say that he's gonna dump PDP and that he saw an elephant in his room. Dude is already out of the PDP. So we're just waiting to formalize it. When you hear all this news, you think that, oh, like at some point they said the Enugu state governor was gonna leave, and now he's gone. So they first put it out as an hint. I'm telling you, just know that this guy is already out of the PDP. That's just it. So this guy said his own home was destroyed. Okay, that is a victim of Christian genocide. I just want to see what I can. I just want to look at what I can just quickly. Otis also saying that the crop of leaders we have will never make Nigeria to make progress. Wow, that's this. Okay, let me see which one to actually look at. Let me look at this one first. Otis.
From the interactions that will take place today and lessons of the new book, we can do much better with the abundance of human and material resources that our country is blessed with. We live in a new era where wealth is tied.
Okay, so the guy is just reading a book. Yeah, okay, fine. What are you going to do about it? That's what I ask people. So this guy says that today marks the 15 years he got married. And to be honest, he regrets that decision. He married the wrong person, as men rarely talk about what we go through in marriages. I had to summon courage to make this video. Let's listen to this guy. Let's see.
Today marks it 15 years that I got married. And to be honest, I regret that decision that I took today.
That music is even depressing, bro.
13th of November.
Let me see if I can make it faster.
It has, in one way or the other, affected me and put me in the position I find myself now. I'm not saying there's no perfect union, but, you know, when you marry the wrong person, you know you have married the wrong person. The only joy I find is my children. And that's
how many people have this same experience? It's crazy. Quite painful.
Why they even chose to stay with me because of everything that happened. But to be honest, women will go through a lot.
Okay.
Women don't usually want to talk. They're the weakest gender. But we don't know how to talk our problems out or let our emotions out.
Okay.
Women, we do cry, send what I have to them. But I can't let my children suffer in their.
Okay,
if I was
so
there,
that's it.
That wouldn't happen. But they are not the reasons for my predicament. It's just that it's just a journey that was. I'm not happy. I'm not happy.
Okay, so that's that about that. He's not happy. Update on Showore. Showore is in court, I believe. Oh, let me listen to this.
The answer to Omoyele Showore, you know, this matter came up today for proper hearing of the motion on notice. You know, that was filed before the court, just like you said, you know, claiming several reliefs, including damages, for the violation or threatened violation of Mr. Omoyele Showore's rights. On the 5th of November, 2025, the court gave an order restraining the Commissioner of Police of Lagos State and the entire police institution, you know, from declaring Mr. Omoyele Showore wanted, from threatening his rights, from threatening.
Okay, yeah, we're gonna move on. So this is an update for those of you that have been following this story. This guy Ezra Olubi, I spoke about it yesterday night. Now, so Space Stack. So this guy is, I think he did found a company called Space Stack with one other Yoruba guy, and the company in short has been a very, very big success rather. Yesterday there were certain disturbing tweets that came out from his, 10 years ago, no, more than 15 years ago. I guess then he was very young, he was very naive, and a lot of all those things he put out there. Now, again, I'm not condoning all of those attitudes and those, misconduct. That's wrong. Now, 15 years after, Nemesis have actually caught up with him. So Pestack now has suspended the co-founder Ezra Olubi following allegation of sexual misconduct towards a subordinate, as well as many of his disturbing old tweets recently found. Well, the old tweets were there, but the problem is this: I guess somebody blew the whistle and then the whole thing, you know, boomeranged. Unfortunately, he has to go. He has to go. Paystack, a leading Nigerian fintech firm acquired by Stripe in 2020, suspended co-founder and CTO Ezra Olubi on November 14, 2025, after a subordinate's viral allegation of sexual misconduct and resurfaced old tweets containing inappropriate workplace joke. Olubi, a key figure in Paystack growth since 2015, deactivated his ex account amid the backlash, while the company launched a formal internal investigation as confirmed by sources like Tech Cabal and Punch Nigeria. Wow. That's crazy, bro. These incidents highlight ongoing accountability challenges in Nigeria, in Africa's tech sector, and maybe when you say Africa is really Nigeria, to be honest with you, where high-profile misconduct cases such as similar 2023 allegations at other startups have prompted increased scrutiny on leadership ethics. So now he's been told to step down, and we're gonna continue to follow the story and see where that leads. But that's not about that. Okay, another thing. The only way Regina can have custody of her kid is if she's not interested in having custody of the kids. The moment Ned realized that Regina is not interested in the kids and she's living her life happily is the moment Ned will push all of the children to her. That's okay. I don't know if that's true. Anyway, we're gonna be following that. Okay. Wow, Maurice Monye, the director of mobilization of the Obidient camp, they're not taking it easy with that guy, bro. Dear Peter Obi, please, this is the moment to pause the nationwide philanthropy and focus your financial and managerial resources on building a strong movement and a solid political structure. It's over. It's over. It's over. Forget about that. That won't happen. Because it doesn't know what it takes to do that. It doesn't. Obi by profession is a trader. He will only respond to incentive and something that will give him a short-term result. He's not interested. Do you think Obi is like a Tinubu that is interested in building another person? You may not like the Buhari that he brought to power for 8 years, and was at the verge of losing his political power and party during those 8 years of Tinubu. Do you think Obi will sit down and say, oh, let me build a party. Let me support this guy. Let him be president. And then I will now try, because it's not guaranteed. There were a lot of saying that, you know what, Tinubu would never even be president because they know he's not going to hand over power to him. And there were moves made not to hand over power to Tinubu. Philanthropy alone won't save Nigeria. Oh, maybe somebody has been listening to this show. Your presidency can redirect the nation from its current dangerous path towards a better future. You have given enough in charity. Now channel those resources into politics and play the game where it truly matters. He's not going to do that. You can just forget that. You can just forget that. Yeah, he has told you people he is not desperate to become president. Kenneth Okonkwo left Peter Obi because, check notes, I no longer have the confidence that Peter Obi has what it takes to build a party that can win this catastocrat and kleptocrat. And above all, he has proved that even if people vote for him, he doesn't have what it takes to secure the mandate. Those closer to him than his political base have told us what they believe. Exactly. Okonkwo here gave a 2 hours interview. I did respond to that and reacted to that. That's the thing. It's late already, bro. It's late right now. His political capital has been eroded. He still has some, but most of the thing has been eroded. He doesn't even know how to build a party. And if you're a ruling party in Nigeria, I'm telling you, the party that you form is even much more as important as you being in the aim of affairs of the country, because they can actually mess you up. I said it then. People were like, anyway, I was blabbing. In 2027, Obi will become president, whether he gives charity. The challenge now is if Nigerians are ready to stand and defend their vote, like that soldier boy we stood and defend his Oga's land. Delusion. That's the Lulu. That's what happens. You've got to understand what it takes, and you have to do what is important. We all watched how he boggled a political party that was given to him free of charge. They gave him Labour Party, but immediately contested and he lost. He should have sat down with the Labour Party and channeled that party to be one of the strongest opposition, knowing that PDP was going to be destroyed. So as PDP is going down, instead of all these guys moving over to the APC, it should have been a wind of change that is brewing and storming the whole nation, that even people, instead of them moving to the APC, they are moving over to LP. But how will they move to LP? Today is a Papa issue, tomorrow is Abure, next tomorrow is Senator Nemadi, day after tomorrow is Kenneth Okonkwo calling all the obedient street urchins. That was what he called you guys. And fun fact, Kenneth Okonkwo was the leading media officer or the spokesman for the campaign of Peter Obi. That's how bad it has gotten. I'm telling you, that's how bad it has gotten. So Mo has replied, David, as David says, anytime you wake up is your morning. You need to see what state coordinators are going through. There has to be a hard reset to what we're currently doing. I mean well for the principal. He's my father and no malice whatsoever. I hope this is a jolt for all of us to wake up. I pray to God that my stepping down steps the movement home. Time is not on our side. It's over. Time is not on your side for the 2027 election. It's over. I was saying it here. You know, when ADC said Peter Obi should come and commit to joining them or not, they gave him an ultimatum. And I was like, the ultimatum was necessary, though I don't support ADC, but at this point in time, ADC has no plan. ADC has no plan, bro. And it's quite bad. Anyways, that's that about that. There's still a lot to go through, but I need to go right now. And we'll see what happens. Have a good one.